Hi everyone, I'm producing a series of blog posts looking at how we provision VMs in Microsoft Azure. In this first post, I'm covering how to create virtual networks using the ARM portal. So let's begin. First of all, you will see that I have already created a resource group called the Cloud Guy. In here, I will create my virtual network. When we click the resource group, we'll be presented with some options and settings around that resource group. Click the Add button at the top to load the marketplace. It's within the marketplace that we will find the object that we need. Type virtual network, select the option from the drop down, and on the list of search results, ensure you select the right resource and click the create button. When this page loads, you will see a number of options available to us for the initial creation of the virtual network. For instance, in the name field, I like to put prefixes for my objects in Azure. This just helps me with automation and it helps with management of those resources later on. It makes it very obvious exactly what those objects are. So let's call our virtual network VN-the cloud guy. In the address space box, you must also provide one of the well-known private address ranges. In this demo, we will do 172.16.0.0/20. In the blog post, I talked about the importance of using the gateway subnet for routing. So we'll define the gateway subnet as part of the initial wizard. In the subnet name field, type gateway subnet. Under the subnet address range, in this example, let's define 172.16.1.0/26. This gives us 63 usable addresses to be able to play with when we're creating connections out to other virtual networks and out to on-premise networks. The resource group and location should be automatically populated depending on the scenario that you've chosen. If you follow this video, then the resource group should already be populated and the location additionally should also be populated with the location of the resource group. If you have access to more than one subscription, make sure you select the right subscription from the drop down box. When you're finished, then click Create. The deployment job will be submitted to the Azure platform and the creation of the objects will take a few minutes depending on what it is you're creating. For example, virtual network gateways can take up to 45 minutes to provision. You can check the status of the job by clicking the notifications button at the top, where you'll see all the notifications for your session. The deployment succeeded message will then come up when that deployment's finished. We can now click All Resources, where we'll see our virtual network newly created. From here, we'll be able to see the address space. We'll be able to define additional address spaces in this virtual network if needed. We'll also be able to define DNS servers. Currently, we're set to use Azure's DNS servers, and we'll keep that the same for now. We do, however, want to specify an additional subnet. This will be where we create our virtual machines when we add those in future posts. So let's add a new subnet. In the name field, type virtual machines. And then in the address range, define the address range is 172.16.2.0/24. This gives us a large number of addresses to be able to add our virtual machines in later. At the moment, we won't be adding any network security groups or any route tables for now. Those will be added later. Click OK at the bottom of the wizard, and this will add the subnet to the virtual network. This can be used later on to be able to build our virtual machines and assign them to the correct subnet to assign the correct IP address. Again, submitting this job may take a few minutes, so we can click the notifications window at the top and just see what the progress of this job is. It should take a few minutes to add the subnet onto the virtual network, at which point it will be ready to use. Hopefully you found this informative. Don't forget to check underneath this video on the blog post for examples of how to create a virtual network using both PowerShell and ARM templates as well.